Hello everyone, welcome to Kanuka Home Practice. My name is Carol and today I'm going to be taking you through a flow based on the Crown Chakra at the top of the head. So we're going to be activating our brains, aligning our right and left hemisphere and getting some blood flow with some very gentle inversions. So starting in a comfortable seat on your mat, you will need a blanket probably for your knees, and if you've got a block at home, maybe a block. If not, not to worry, you could have a cushion if you'd like. Starting in Sukhasana, so easy cross-leg position, hands on the thighs. We're going to gently just rock from side to side here on our sit bones, just to get our center. And from the tailbone, we'll start to lift up through the spine, creating space through the vertebra, creating lift up each vertebra, lifting up through the crown of the head, the top of the head, chin is slightly tucked, visualizing a very thin thread supporting your head, dangling from the ceiling. Closing your eyes. Start to connect with your breath. Noticing the inhales and the exhales. Gently lengthening them down into the body. Bringing one palm on the top of the head and then stacking another palm on top. We're going to gently sit here, drawing our awareness to this area of the head. And continue to send your breath down into the body. Maintaining that lift, that lightness. Holding our awareness on the point of contact at the top of the head. Energy goes where our awareness goes. Sending our energy to the top of the head. This chakra represents awareness, consciousness, and freedom. Freedom to be aware without connection to attachments. So as we breathe here, I offer you the opportunity to reflect and think of an attachment that you have to an unconscious behavior that you would like to let go of. Something that you do automatically that does not serve you. Then releasing the left hand down, placing it on the belly. Bringing the right hand, bringing the peace fingers to the point in between the eyebrows. You're going to gently rest the right thumb on the outside of the right nostril and the left thumb on the outside of the left for alternate nostril breathing. This is going to balance our right and left hemisphere in the brain to bring homeostasis and balance in the body. So we can all take an inhale together. Exhale. And follow my guidance. Inhale, block the right nose. Inhale through the left. Pause, block the left. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Pause, block the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Pause, block the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block the left, exhale through the right. One more round in your own time. Releasing nostrils. Inhale through both. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, down the back. Inhale up. Exhale, down. One more, inhale up. Exhale, down. Coming onto all fours, so bring your hands underneath your shoulders, making sure your knees are on your blanket and they're underneath your hips. We're going to spread our fingertips, ground our fingertips down to the mat, spreading our fingers. Make sure you've got a slight micro bend in the elbows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, open the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, look between the thighs. Linking movement with breath. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lengthen the spine, open the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, look between the thighs. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lengthen the spine, open the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, look between the thighs. And continue now for another few rounds. Each time when you send the tailbone up to the ceiling, send it a little bit higher. And when you curve around in the spine, work a little bit deeper into the shoulder blades. Linking movement with breath. And all meeting in a rounded expression of this pose. So we are looking between our thighs. We can push down with the backs of our feet, and we're going to lift up through the navel. So really lift the navel up into the spine. So we're creating a lift here in our lower belly and creating space in our upper back. 3 breaths here, keeping this lift. Making sure our knees are underneath our hips. Keeping the lift. And then we're slowly going to come into rabbit's pose. So keeping the pressure in the back of our feet, we're slowly going to walk our hands back and send the crown of the head down to the mat as you go. Feeling free to keep your hands next to your head for stability. Keep your knees under your hips. Find that lift in the navel, in the spine, in the abdomen. And breathe. Find your calm. Maybe Ujjayi breath, linking the back of the throat, anchoring the mind into the breath. If you'd like to use a block to bring your head onto a block instead, you're welcome to do that. So we're using the lift from the lower abdomen to take the pressure off the neck and the head. So we don't want to be squashing the neck of the head. One more breath here, and then you can decide if you'd like to stay as you are, or if you'd like to bring your hands around to the back of your thighs. If you do that, really push down through the feet so you take the pressure off the head. A few breaths here. Slow and deep. Then release the hands. Very slowly come to sitting on your shins. Place your hands on your thighs. Just observe the sensations. Maybe sigh, release any tension out. Just sit with whatever comes up. Maybe you feel like smiling. Feel that rush of energy, rush of blood. Yeah, you did it. It's an awkward posture. One more breath here. Soaking up all the goodness. And then we're going to come forward, walk our hands forward, bring them quite far forward, tuck our toes, coming into downward dog. So spread the fingers wide, really ground the fingertips down, send the hips up to the ceiling. Find that lift in the hips, lengthen through the spine, then tuck the ribs. Keep your heels lifted to start, and then slowly send one heel down at a time, walking your dog, warming up your hamstrings. Jai breath if you wish. That's constricting the back of your throat to create the sound of the ocean, anchoring the mind into the breath, into the body. Settling down into your dog. Inhale, roll over the toes. Send the heels to the back of the room, making sure that your fingers are spread, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Drop your knees if you wish, or keep them up into full chaturanga. Tuck the tailbone, lift the navel up into the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down to the mat, brushing elbows with our ribs. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest, look up, cobra. Exhale, down, navel towards spine, push back into a child's pose. Inhale, curl up through the spine, place the hands forward again, come into our downward dog, so tucking the toes, lift the tailbone up. This time, bring your forearms onto the mat, and then you're going to interlace the fingers. Now making sure your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your legs nice and straight. If you do need to bend them because it feels too much, that's okay. But make sure you've got strength in the legs. We're going to bring the crown of the head down to the mat again. And then we're going to cup our hands around the back of our head. We're not going to come into a full expression of a headstand. We're just going to gently move towards it. So once you've found that, you can slowly start to creep the toes in so that your torso becomes a bit taller and longer and stacked, and your tailbone reaches up towards the ceiling. Not putting full weight on the head, gently guiding yourself into the shape. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left. Exhale, down. Other side. Ujjayi breath for strength. Last one. And then bending the knees. Slowly drop them down. Come out. Rest in a beautiful wide-kneed child's pose. Really allowing yourself to rest here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more just like that. And then sink down, allowing yourself to stay here and observe sensations in the body. Observe lightness or tightness. Observe the pace of your breath. Inhale, come up into the fingertips, straighten the arms. And then bring the right arm underneath the left, threading it through. Bring the shoulder onto the mat and then the cheek onto the mat. Either keep the left arm extended, or you can bring it onto the small of your back. Your choice. Soft or held rigid. softening the body here, relaxing into it, moving into gentleness. Inhale, come on up, and then come up into the fingertips. Really ground the weight down of the sit bones into the heels by pushing down to your fingertips, drawing the weight down to the hips, and then thread the other arm through, shoulder on the mat, cheek on the mat. Decide what you'd like to do with the right arm, whether you want to keep it up onto the fingertips or soften down, or bring it round onto the small of your back. Your choice. Sinking here, softening here. And then slowly coming up and out. And now I can offer you two final postures. We can either stay here in wide-kneed child's pose, and you can stay here for about 15 minutes if you like. You're at home, you can do whatever you like as we finish our practice. Or you can come out very slowly by walking your hands towards your center, bringing your knees in, and making your way onto your back into Savasana. Extending your feet wide. Palms face up to the ceiling. Allowing your body to completely surrender into bliss here. Holding your awareness on the space, in between space. Allowing those little glimmers of wholeness to show. Allowing quietness and allowing space for that. The light in me recognizes the light in you. And in this space we are one. Namaste.